Hey YouTube, I'm back with another video, and today I'm talking about why the Atlanta Hawks have made a mistake in drafting Trae Young. And now technically they did not draft Trae Young, but they traded for him after they drafted. I think they traded Luka Doncic for Trae Young. I'm just saying why they made a huge mistake in drafting Trae Young, why I think Trae Young will be the bust. And now if you're an Atlanta Hawks fan, don't get butthurt, alright? I could be completely wrong. I might not be right. I've never seen him play one real NBA season game, and I mean obviously we're not going to see that for a couple more days, so I mean I could be completely wrong. I'm not saying it, I'm just giving reasons why I don't think Trae Young is going to live up to the hype and be as good as people think he's going to be, just because of the situation he's really in and just some other reasons I do. So don't take this the wrong way, Atlanta Hawks fans. I really don't want y'all to get butthurt. Just hear me out, and I do think he could end up being a good player. I might be wrong, but I just don't see it, and I'll be giving some reasons why I don't see it, but I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Why do you think he's going to be good? If you're an Atlanta Hawks fan, do you think he's going to be good? Do you think he's going to be a bust? Do you like that you drafted him? I want to hear all your thoughts and opinions below. Don't just take my opinion, also say yours in the comments. I just really want to hear what y'all have thoughts. But without further ado, without rambling on too much, let's get right into this video. Alright, so my first reason why I think he could be a bust is going to be that he will get exposed when he plays teams that have film on him or just know how to guard him and have a scheme to guard him. Now, you can just see his complete, he dominated the first half of college basketball. I mean, the dude was a beast. You could not guard him, lit the NBA on fire, and you just couldn't do anything about it. As in the first half of his college year, he averaged 29.4 points per game, 2 steals per game, 10 assists per game, and 4 rebounds per game. I mean, the dude was out here just dominating. He was scoring almost 30 points a game. He was averaging 10 assists per game. He was getting his teammates involved while being an elite scorer, and he was playing decent defense, averaging 2 steals per game. This dude was a very, very good player, and I mean, he just came out of nowhere, which really probably shook a lot of people up. But not only that, but he was shooting 38% from the 3 and 54% from the field in general. But then when you look at the second half of the year, where people got film on him, where people started game playing on him, and I mean, where he really just started playing better competition, just look what his stats kind of went down a little bit, because I mean, just look, from what he had in the first half season, this is what he had in the second half of the season. He averaged 25 points per game, 1.5 steals per game, 7.5 rebounds per game, and only 4.1 rebounds per game. And not by 7.5 rebounds, I meant to say assists, that's my bad. But I mean, still, one thing that took the biggest dip in my opinion was his efficiency. I mean, he went from shooting 50% from the field and 38% from the 3 to shooting 33% from the 3 and 39% from the field. So when teams learned how to guard him and could play good defense on him, and he was playing elite competition, it just showed. Like, his efficiency went all the way down, way down, and he just couldn't do what he was able to do. Now, his points per game only dropped by 5, but it helps when you're shooting so many shots a game. Eventually, you're going to start scoring, and you're going to catch on eventually. I'm not saying he's a bad player or anything, but I'm saying, like, if you're not going to be able to do what you can do when people have film on you, because everybody in the NBA has film on you from college. They know how to guard you, so he's gonna have to go into the NBA already, not being a fresh face. They have him in college, they know how to guard him, they know what he does best, and when teams get into him, most likely he is going to struggle pretty much. And I mean, I just don't think he's gonna be able to translate what he was able to do in college. I mean, you just saw when he was playing teams that knew how to guard him, his stats dropped in college, and then when he plays NBA teams that know how to guard him, it's going to be even worse on him. And I just don't think he's going to be that great, just because of how more talent will be on him. Instead of college kids guarding you, now you have the best athletes in the entire world guarding you, and I think his stats are going to drop even more. But we even saw it again in his one and only NCAA tournament game. He only played one because he got eliminated in the first round, and he had 22 points per game. Now y'all might be like, that's really good. He had 22 points per game, but the dude was not efficient in any way. As I mean, he averaged 38% from the 3 and only 25% from the field. That is atrocious. Like, that is 25% from the field is a very, very bad efficiency. And I mean, you're just not going to win games like that. And we saw that in the one game they played. They locked him down. He had to force shots, and they resulted in a loss. And I mean, he caught fire in the end. He was actually getting locked down the whole game, and he caught fire in the end. And that's why he ended up with 22 points per game. I mean, 22 points in that game. But I mean, still, I just don't think it's going to be that good. But in his few pro games that he's played so far, he has not fared well at all. Because in his preseason debut, not debut, but his first 3 preseason games, despite averaging 14 points per game, his biggest flaw, which is efficiency, shone pretty bright, as he only shot 35% from the 3, and once again, 25% from the field. 3 games in, you think he would get his rhythm by the 3rd game? No. Still averaging 25% from the field. You're not going to stay on an NBA starting 5, much less an NBA roster, if you're shooting that bad from the field. Doesn't matter who you are. They're going to give him a few chances probably midway through the year, but if his efficiency is still struggling as much as it is right now, I really do think that he is going to probably get kicked off the starting lineup by midway through the year just because of how inefficient he actually is. But then my second reason is going to be he struggles against elite talent. Now, y'all might be like, isn't that the same thing? No, because I mean, yes, it's a whole team guarding him once they know how to do it. They have a whole scheme how to stop Trae Young. Well, I mean, in the NBA, it's not that. You don't scheme for one player in the NBA because everybody on the team is good. You scheme you one-on-one matchups and how you can lock down your guy. But we already seen in those situations, he struggles against elite talent. When he played Alabama and had to go head-to-head with Colin Sexton, one of the best point guards in the league. He's a beast. By far, he was actually a #1 overall prospect for a while, and he was a very good player, by far the best. But I mean, just look what happened. When he had to go against Colin Sexton, he was only held to 17 points, 5 turnovers, 44% from the 3, and 35% from the field. So once again, very inefficient. Colin Sexton exposed him, was able to make him turn the ball over a lot at a high efficiency, and he didn't even crack 20 points per game, which he was meant to do and he had to do for his team to win last year, and he was not able to do it. But then you look at what Colin Sexton did. He had 18 points, only 1 turnover, 2 assists, 3 rebounds, but mainly 57% from the field. So he almost shot 60% from the field, and his team won. Trae Young shot 35% from the field, and his team lost. And he had 5 turnovers. So, I mean, when you calculate how inefficient he is, and then you calculate how many turnovers he averaged a game, now we'll be getting into that later in this video, you just have to say there is no way, if Colin Sexton, a rookie or a college player last year, is able to do this to him, I mean, there's no way an average NBA player won't be able to do this to him and get in his head, make him turn the ball over, and shoot at a low efficiency. But that's not even the only example, because when they played Kansas and he had to go against Malik Newman, he got locked down even worse, as he only scored 11 points, once again 5 turnovers, but his efficiency was even worse. 20% from the 3 on 1 for 5 shooting, and then 23% from the field on 3 for 13 shooting. This dude had a horrible night. Now, Malik Newman's a beast. Don't get me wrong. Kansas is a beast of a team. But Trae Young cannot be that inefficient and just struggle under the spotlight of playing against a beast of a player. He's supposed to be one of these beasts and premier players in the league. You can't struggle against that, because Malik Newman is going to be as good as a Patrick Beverley in the NBA. Patrick Beverley, by the way, is not even an all-star level player. Patrick Beverley is just a beast of a defender. So if he ever goes against someone like Patrick Beverley, he is going to be in a world of hurt. We saw what he did against Lonzo, and I think Lonzo's going to be a better player than Trae Young when it's all said and done. So, I mean, we saw what he did to Lonzo. If he ever plays someone that plays hard defense like that, he's going to turn the ball over, shoot a very low efficiency, and he's going to force shots. It's something he does very, very bad. But then, alright, you may be like, well, what did Malik Newman do? Well, he only went for 20 points, had 0 turnovers, 2 steals, and a block on Trae Young. So, I mean, he outplayed Trae Young. So, I mean, the 2 times he played elite competition, he lost both the matchups, and he lost both the games. So, I mean, he just struggles against very good players, and everybody in the NBA is a very good player. So, I mean, it's going to be kind of challenging for him to make that transition, and I don't think he's going to be able to. But my last reason, his ball security. His ball security is probably worse than his efficiency in shooting. As I mean, just look, he had 18 games where he had 5 turnovers or more. I'm pretty sure there's only 30-something games in a college regular season. So, I mean, more than half his games, he had 5 turnovers or more. And to make matters even worse, he only had 4 games the entire season where he had 0 turnovers in a game. 4. That is a very, very bad thing to have. And then, look, in 8 of those 18 games, he had 8 or more turnovers in those games. So, I mean, he turns the ball over at an extremely high rate. He needs to get that down. Can't shoot the ball when someone plays hard defense on him. And he shoots inefficient, forces shots. And I just don't think he's going to be able to transition. And now, like I said, I could be completely wrong. And he could be the next Steph Curry. You never know. But I mean, dude, from what I've seen, from preseason to college to the NCAA tournaments, when he plays good players, from how he forces shots, how inefficient he is, and just how much he turns it over, I cannot think that he is going to be a good starting point guard for this Atlanta Hawks team that they need. They need this sparring guard. They just lost Dennis Schroeder. They need him. They want him to be a future, and unfortunately, I just don't think he's going to be able to. But if you're a Hawks fan, I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Comment below. Do you think it's going to be good? Do you think it's going to be bad? Do you think it's going to be a bust? I want to hear all your thoughts and opinions. Do you think they should have traded Luka Doncic? What do you think the trade is going to look at? We're going to see that in a few days if it was worth it or if it was not. So I want to hear all your thoughts and comments below. But also, if you like, maybe put the like button and subscribe button. It means the world to me. And I have to thank y'all for all the support y'all have been showing. We're hit 930 subscribers today. We are 70 subscribers away from 1,000, and we're gonna get there, and we're gonna bust through that shit, and then we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep grinding. We're gonna get to the top of this sports genre, and then we're gonna get to the top of YouTube. Trust me, I'm out here grinding every single day. Videos, hours of editing. I'm just gonna keep grinding. As long as y'all are showing support, I'm gonna keep grinding, and I love doing this for y'all. I cannot thank y'all enough for all this, and I will make it. Trust me, I'm grinding. I just want it so bad. So I mean, just thank y'all for the position y'all put me in. But then I have to thank the real homie upstairs, God himself. He's the reason I'm here. He gave me the blessing, gave me this computer. He blessed me for everything here. He blessed me for a healthy body. He blessed me for a healthy life. He blessed me for the people around me. He blessed me to put y'all guys in my situation, and he blessed me for showing me what my mission on Earth was and why he put me on this earth to do. So I mean, I just cannot thank y'all enough, and I just have to give all praise to God too. But yeah, like I said, if you did like the video, play the like button and subscribe button. I hope you have a blessed day, because I had a blessed day. So you need to have a blessed day. See you in tomorrow's video. Goodbye. Boo. Blah, blah, blah.